don't push this button, because that will set off the bomb immediately and we'll all be dead. Now, repeat back what I just said.
I am Groot.
Uh-huh.
I am Groot.
That's right.
I am Groot.
No! No, that's the button that will kill everyone. Try again.
That was a scene from Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. The big-budget Marvel Comics sequel opened in theaters yesterday. And despite what your calendar says, it officially kicked off the summer movie season.
It is just one of dozens of new blockbusters scheduled to be released in our nation's multiplexes over the next 4 months. Here to preview some of the most highly anticipated summer offerings is Matt Singer, editor-in-chief and critic for the new movie website, ScreenCrush.com. Matt, good morning.
Good morning.
Let's start with Guardians of the Galaxy. For people who don't remember its humongo box office haul, the first one pulled in almost $1 billion.
Wow. Did okay.
Yeah,
did all right.
Bad. What's going to go on this year?
Well, I like that they called this one Volume 2 because it almost literally is like more volume. It's louder, it's bigger, there's more Guardians, it's longer.
More Guardians.
There are actually more characters, and you know those little scenes that Marvel likes to put at the end of their movies to tease future movies? This one has more of those. It has 5. There are 5 scenes in the end credits, all teasing various projects. It is fun, though. I think if you like the first movie, you're going to enjoy it. You may not be shocked by it. I think it's very familiar, but you'll probably be satisfied.
Some people like familiar. Some people like familiar.
A lot of people like familiar.
After many false starts, many years of false starts, we are finally getting Wonder Woman.
Yes.
And?
Finally, well, that's the question. We're going to find out. I mean, so far, the DC movies, the recent ones anyway, I have found have not been worth the wait. Hopefully Wonder Woman will be. I think the reasons to be excited for it are Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman. I thought she was great in Batman vs. Superman. She, to me, stole that movie from the characters in the title. It was all about Wonder Woman. So hopefully here, she gets to shine. I think the director choice, Patty Jenkins, is very interesting. She made this movie called Monster. That was really great with Charlize Theron.
That's the first woman to direct a superhero film?
Yeah, and then I think the fact that it's a period movie is good because it doesn't have to connect with all the other movies. It can just be its own thing. Is that too much to ask for a movie to be its own movie and not a coming attraction for future movies?
Yeah.
That's what I'm hoping.
Well, on that note, another Spider-Man reboot, right?
There is, yes.
What's happening in this film? Is it another of the same?
It's a brand new Spider-Man. I think here's what happens with Spider-Man. Everyone loves Spider-Man. But he winds up in movies that nobody likes. And so what they do is they go, let's start over again. Let's wipe the slate clean. So it's our 3rd Spider-Man in like a decade. He's younger. It's Tom Holland. I think the big novel twist here is that they made a deal to make this movie with Marvel. And so Robert Downey Jr. is in it as Iron Man. And you get to see him interact with the Marvel characters. There's Robert Downey Jr. So I guess that's really the hook here.
Another movie getting a lot of early buzz, Stephen King's The Dark Tower.
The Dark Tower. I mean, this is fascinating because it's very ambitious. It's not just based on this gigantic series of books. And they don't just want to make sequels. They want to make a TV show as well. And I don't... Just the idea is making you laugh. So, I mean, that shows you how ambitious it really is. Idris Elba as the gunslinger there.
Love
Idris Elba.
Matthew McConaughey is the Man in Black. So
all right.
Okay.
I mean, I'm excited about that one. I'm also excited about the fact that Chris Nolan, my favorite Batman director, Dark Knight, is back with a World War II drama, Dunkirk. What is it about? And is summer the time for a war movie?
That's a good question. That's a good question. It is about this real event, the evacuation at Dunkirk in World War II. I don't think people are going to be seeing it for the military history aspect. I think they're going for Christopher Nolan, that he is that one of those few directors who can still sell a movie with his name. It doesn't have to be based on a superhero or a book. It's a Christopher Nolan movie, and that's why you're going to see it. And do war films sell in the summer? Saving Private Ryan did. It made $500 million in 1998 during the summer. I think that's what they're hoping.
I am very interested to see what Christopher Nolan does with that. Another period film hitting the screens, Atomic Blonde.
Yes.
Charlize Theron as a Cold War-era spy.
Every couple of years, we get someone trying to make the new James Bond. This one is like the new Jane Bond, I guess. You've got Charlize Theron kicking butt as this super spy. And it's directed by a guy named David Leitch, who co-directed John Wick, if you saw that, the action movie. It looks a lot like that. The action, the violence, the cool stunts look a lot like that. So hopefully it has, she's hitting them with a shoe.
I see shades of Angelina Jolie in Salt when I see that.
Yeah, I can see that. There is definitely a similarity. Female-driven action movie, espionage. But you know what? Every movie we've talked about looks like other movies. That's what Hollywood does. They're like, do you like this movie?
Well,
here's a movie that looks just like that, but it's a little bit different. different. You should go see it.
All right, lastly, Goldie Hawn making her first movie since 2002 with Amy Schumer.
Yeah, isn't that crazy that it's been that long? Yeah, it's a comedy called Snatched. They play mother and daughter. They get kidnapped on vacation. Supposedly, she made this movie because she loved Trainwreck and she really wanted to work with Amy Schumer. And, you know, it's written by the woman who also wrote The Heat. So hopefully it kind of recaptures that female buddy comedy vibe. I think that's what they're going for. It looks really funny. The trailer is funny.
Those two women have been all over Instagram together. They look like they have a great friendship born from this movie, directed by the great director John Levine, I may add.
Yes.
Great indie director. I'm excited for Snatch.
It
Matt
looks funny.
Singer, thank you for giving me something to look forward to on this
Thanks, guys.
rainy weekend.